Yeah, buddy. Thought I'd say something different in this video. So, The Wire, season 4, episode 4. Try to give an overview of this episode. So, well, we got Presbeluski rolling along inside the school system. He's basically getting shocked to his core by the practices and the his inability to teach these kids. He's fighting uphill battle with no legs and no arms. Well, it doesn't make any sense, does it? He's trying to get uphill with no legs and arms. That makes more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. The way I said that, it may seem like I went to the school that they're depicting in this show. Okay, so you got that going on. That unit is really just destroyed now. The major crimes is just destroyed. So you've got Kima moving over somewhere else, and the older gentleman Lester, he's moving somewhere else. They're both with Bunk now in a homicide. McNulty's still basically he went down back to like a patrol guy, and he's happy in his domestic life. Omar makes another appearance, and this time he's going after I almost say she, but he's going after that Marlowe guy, basically the new kingpin, or a younger guy who's got a tight grip on his particular territory. The I guess that council that what's his name? Is it Bale Stringer? Is the council that Stringer put together is trying to reel him in order to use him just to protect their little funky territories. But he's like, I'm good. He's like, we can leave on them terms, but I'm good. And that guy, Proposition Joe, basically calls in Omar in order to get a high stakes game, but Marlo has to be playing a high stakes game. So now they're putting Omar against whatchamacallit. They're putting Omar up against this Marlo guy. Oh, that's gonna be interesting because Marlo's smart and he's got a really smart shooter, as the kids would say. He's got a really smart guy who's good with that gun, and not even a gun. He's just good at killing. So oh man, that's gonna be a great showdown. What else? Oh, we've got Cuddy. He's still kicking along as a character, believe it or not. He's not necessarily struggling with this boxing thing, but his presence is still felt, and now he's rolling into the school along with the Presbeluski and the former major who created that at Amsterdam. He's gotten a bit of employment connected to the school. So now you've got all these players from different seasons and different well, not to say different seasons, but from different parts of the show, and they're coming together and joining at this school. I guess it might be a stroke of genius, because I feel like most people wouldn't be uber interested in the school system, or they're looking to the school system, but by putting these somewhat semi-interesting characters into the mix, it may get more viewers interested in this school business. But I'm interested in it for as far as the development of these younger characters, because they're showing at least they're showing these characters they're showing these characters evolving and showing what they're capable of and what they're not capable of at that particular time. If that makes any sense. They're showing the evolution of these characters, which I think it's just overly. I'm overjoyed to see something like that. I don't have words to describe that. I mean, it's rare that you see somebody or see a series that puts this much detail into their characters. I mean, I don't necessarily think they're going to follow these kids from grade school to the time they hit the block or something like that, but they're breaking down a pattern, and they're showing telltale signs that are visible of where a kid may lead to based on their environment. Now that's a whole other discussion, because plenty of people will say, well, you're not necessarily. You can make a choice not to be a product of your environment. You could choose to rise and elevate over that and leave it in your rear view. You can choose to do that. And some people say, well, but from personal experience, I know you can choose to leave that, but it's all based on what you want to be considered on, what you want to be looked at as in your community and in life. It's like, oh, you from there? Oh my God. It's like you're always gonna get that. I always get that personally. Oh, you from where? Oh my God. And then you go back there, and I can't necessarily fit in there either. So it's like, so what you say? It's like, why are you talking like that? So maybe that's a little too personal, but yeah, I've gotten that before. What was that? What was I talking about? Presbyterian, the school, Cuddy, the Marlo and Omar going at each other. Um, that old squad being taken apart. Um, they're really razzing on Kima and this new unit. I mean, a lot. I mean, they're pulling a lot of pranks on her. And oh, what else happened? I guess I'm leaving out the see my whole head now. I guess I'm leaving out the political angle. I'm just not too interested in it. I think I've mentioned that before. To me, that's all. It's all a big farce and pageantry, and it's a what was it, dog and pony show or something like that. It might as well just be the circus to me. I mean, I understand. Oh, I don't even want to get into that conversation because that's too deep. But as far as that side go, the congressman, the white guy, yeah, that's what they're making it. They're making it a race thing. I feel like, but I guess it is a race thing in a primarily black city. Would you would think, without a doubt, vote for a black mayor, which they have time and time again. They have a black mayor currently, but now this white guy's running against him. If I can step back and look at it like from a logical standpoint, I guess, and taking into account that it is fiction based, is this guy, no matter what the race is he a good candidate as far as is he a good candidate as far as what would he do good for the city, for this fictional city? Well, it's not actually it's not a fictional city. I think it is a real city. But what do you do good for this city? The question is, I don't know. I don't know enough about the guy to even make that type of decision. I mean, from the information that they've given about both these characters, I mean, they're almost riding the same line basically. One just has more heart and vigor, but I feel like as soon as he get in that position, he's gonna get rolled up into the same type of shenanigans that the current mayor's in. That's what I feel like. But that's just me. I mean, what's interesting from that side, from that aspect? Um, they're not showing his former councilman anymore. They've made mention of him holding a certain percentage of the voters, but other than that, he hasn't come up again. It's basically him and the current mayor duking it out and making appearances and gathering campaign funds, and also the current mayor attacking him in any way he can. He's got city workers towing his campaign vehicles, and he's also got the city doing construction right in front of their campaign office and all type of jazz. Which you know, I don't find any of this. I don't find anything that they're showing or depicting in this TV show. I don't see any of it as a surprise. It's like well, it all boils down to the something I call the human condition. Everybody's not strong willed enough. I think it's rare you'll find a human being as strong, has such a strong will that they could run away from feelings of greed and envy and things along those lines. That's just scratching the surface. I think it's hard to find an individual who won't succumb to that in some form or fashion. And if you put somebody in that position of any power, it's hard to find a person who's not going to take advantage of it. And of course, it's depicted right there. Um, see what else happens in this episode. Huh? What else happens in this episode? I think I already talked about that though. I'm excited to see the standoff between Marlo and Marlo's team and Omar, because Omar's only too deep at this moment. it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, it's really interesting. The political stuff, like I said, doesn't really do anything for me. Now the school stuff, I could probably talk about that forever. I might have to write a paper on that. Oh God! If you like me talking about TV series, I've done entire series Breaking Bad. I've done The Mandalorian. Don't like. Forgot. I'm having a brain fart, but yeah, I've also got a few movies up. I've got Futurama. I've got The Americans. I've got, of course, The Wire, which you're watching right now. Go check those out. Those are my other videos, and subscribe.